Hey everybody, this is Dax. Glad to have you back. I have a bit of a cold today that I caught from my daughter, so excuse me for my voice and stuff. Anyway, I'm going to be going way off the reservation today on what I'm doing. I'm doing an analysis, not a reaction, and I'm doing an analysis of a Grace Vanderwaal performance that is private and that only I and maybe one or two or 300 of my subscribers have seen. So the rest of you are not going to even know what this refers to, and the reason for that is I'm not giving the name of the song, none of the lyrics on the song, when it was performed, where it was performed. It's a private video. There are reasons for that that I can't even go into. So the reason I'm doing this reaction is for those people who follow Grace pretty closely, like myself, and have a lot of opinions on this performance. So those of you who don't want to stick around for this, I certainly understand. I'll catch you next time on the next actual reaction. So yeah, this reaction is not going to obviously have a video. It's not going to have any screenshots, nothing. So, and if you would, when you make comments on this, do not use the name of the song in the comments as well. I'm just going to call it the song. So this is a potentially new direction for Grace. This song is potentially new. The performance was nothing like I have ever seen with Grace before. The song itself is sometimes brilliant, and it is basically one part sort of melody and two parts scorched earth, anger, shrieking. My opinion overall on the song is it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I did not like it. There were aspects of it that I liked a whole lot. So let me go over that a little bit. So the beginning on this is almost like a Billy Joel piano tinkle, and it's really nice. And then that moves into, this is the first minute and 10 seconds of the song. Excuse me. And that moves into Grace's sort of summertime 2020 chanteuse type of lounge singing, gorgeous voice, and it is sublime. That first minute and 10 seconds is sublime, but in the lyrics on this, by the way, are just so Grace Vanderwaal. Cryptic, evocative, extraordinary in the storytelling. I mean, it's just astounding how she can write. And so, in this first minute and 10 seconds, while you have this piano, Billy Joe piano coming in, which was quite nice, and then her chanteuse voice coming in, the lyrics themselves are starting to grow dark. So, almost telegraphing what's about to come, potentially what's about to come. And then, of course, it does come about a minute and 10 seconds in, and there's this anger, shrieking anger coming out of Grace. And her performance itself, she's angry. So, of course, she's wearing a COVID mask, which I thought was really unnecessary for her and the band members. I mean, really, come on. I mean, they're 12 feet away from each other. They're up on a stage. I mean, that's taking PC too far. That's another thing altogether. I would have liked to have been able to see her face more on this. It would have given me a little bit better clue about some things. But anyway, so she goes into this sort of anger for about 40 or 45 seconds. The lyrics back that up, the anger in the lyrics. She's mad at somebody. This is basically a somebody done somebody wrong song, you know, as BJ Thomas would say. Somebody done somebody wrong. So that's what this is. It's been done 1,000 times, but Grace takes it to a new level. There's just absolute anger that she's bringing to the stage. It's almost like this purgation, this purging by Grace, and I am going to vent. And frankly, it's not pleasant. It's not pleasant. It's annoying. I get it, you know, but leave it out of music. Music just doesn't work that way. I mean, I've never liked songs. It's one reason why I don't like rap. I mean, all the anger and everything. Really? I mean, really? Find another place to get rid of that. Get it into a resolved place. Put it into poetry that has some sort of resolution in it. Or put the anger into the instrumentation, but find a way yourself to rise above it or something like that. I mean, there are two perspectives on this, I think, in all music. One is from the performer's perspective. One is our perspective, the listener's perspective. The performer has something they want to get out. They want to express. And we are feeling it, experiencing it. And a lot of times that's completely different, or it's quite a bit different, or a little bit different, or maybe it's the same as the performer. But for Grace, it seems like in this performance, her whole intent is to get it out, get the anger out, scorch the earth, get it out. I mean, in parts of it. And those parts I do not like. I hope if she's ever going to produce this song, I hope she finds a way to do it differently. And one of the reasons for that is the rest of this song is sublime. The mix on this song, the starting out piano, the going into scorched earth, the coming back in, she comes back into sort of a chanteuse way. And the lyrics, by the way, this whole time were just extraordinary. Extraordinary lyrics. And then she goes back into scorched earth, and then back in sort of softly at the end. She's got this is her first rock song, really. So she's got the rock guitarist in there, and the rock, it's almost sort of a bizarre rock sound, guitar sound on it. And what's interesting about this is the instrumentation on this goes with her voice. The instrumentation almost stops when she's not singing. So you just try, which is a bit bizarre, but it might work. But I thought that was really interesting. The background female vocals on this are almost like a horror movie. And it's just like, at first that was really off-putting. And I think if the rest of the song was done, the shrieking part was done well, I think that would work okay. But it was almost ominous, where female vocals usually when they come in really sort of round out. And in a way, I guess maybe they're rounding out the anger on this. But then the guitar also, the lead guitar on this is pretty well done. But it's got sort of a bizarre sound to it as well. But anyway, so not that all of that is bad. Maybe I'm rambling a little bit here, but the thing is, the overall effect of it doesn't work. And it's not because of the sort of staccato nature of this. Start out soft and chanteuse, go into shrieking, come back out into sort of a chanteuse with kind of a rock guitar, and then back into the shrieking, and then the choral, the female chorals at the end. So da da da, up and down. I mean, the Beatles did that with "Live and Let Die," worked really well. Zeppelin does it on "Stairway to Heaven," da, 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 And then Nirvana does it on "Smells Like Teen Spirit." So it's been done, and it can be done well. It's just that the anger with Grace is not just off-putting. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work with any performer the way she does it. Just straight out anger. That's not music. So what I hope she does, there's so much genius in this. I would say a half to maybe even 2/3 of this. The writing, the way it begins, the way it comes back out after the first sort of shrill part, and then the female vocals I think actually could work, the rock aspect of it. So I think if Grace is going to do rock, or if she's going to do something that's angry, I just think she's got to find a different way to express that. The only reason, really the only reason I'm even doing an analysis on something like this is because of Grace Vanderwaal herself. She's extraordinary. And she was able to salvage, in my perspective, salvage about a half to 2/3 of this song and make it really effective. So anyway, I really look forward to y'all's comments on this. Yeah, I almost didn't even do this this analysis, but if you would, obviously, don't use the name of the song, where it was performed, and the lyrics. If you're gonna use the lyrics, you be sparing on that. So anyway, I really look forward to y'all's comments on this. This is one of those scratch your heads type songs. I don't want to hear it again until it's redone, personally. So look forward to y'all's comments. Okay, take care of yourselves. Bye now.